Hello and welcome. This is episode 10 of Fresh 60 Fresh Server, where I teach you how to start with 0 gold and hopefully make your first million. So we're doing pretty well right now. We have about 66k on hand. Actually, I have more because of my because of the bank alt that we've been doing the thread flip. But let's just go ahead and start our day. There's not much to talk about. Yesterday I did take a lot of time, specifically in the peak hours, to try to sit around and cancel scan, just because, as you're aware, the day before we had sold 5 legendaries, and I'm like, man, if they're gonna sell like that, I'm gonna take the time to push it, right? Well, spoiler alert, but it didn't go as well yesterday. So we're gonna take a look at that. Hopefully I sold one or something more throughout the night, but yesterday I think might have been the worst day that we had so far, which is a little bit surprising given that it was Friday. I was thinking Friday night maybe more people would on and I'd have more chance to make a good amount of gold. I actually have a bajillion of those. And yeah, I don't think it was the case, but let's go ahead and take a look. So as I'm getting to the mailbox, opening this up, let's go ahead and grab all of our expireds. That kind of answers our question right there. I do believe we only sold one yesterday. Which, I mean, is it really that bad? No, man. Like, that was like 9-10k profit for that one. So, it's not that big of a deal, but we did only sell one yesterday. Other than that, it was just other random stuff I ended up grabbing along the way. Nothing big to say. Puts us up at least to 88k on this character. So, as per usual, first things first, let's take a look. We have callings. It looks like there is 2 in Bastion, but we will wait until tomorrow for that because there's a chance we can get a third. Maybe if we got like the rares, you know, we can get 3 done in one day, and that's always the goal, is as much efficiency as possible. So it does look like we have Troubles at Home, which is here in Ardenweald, so I need to make sure I gather that one. Which one is that? That's this one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and get this, and then after that, as per usual, we got our expireds, we got everything we need, so we need to go ahead and head to Orgrimmar and post. Alright, everything is up and posted. We have about 195,000 worth of value up here. I'm just going to, even though I just posted, I'm just going to cancel scan to make sure. See, that's why. Because obviously I posted those first just to get them on the market, so I want to make sure that none of those come down. I don't know if I will cancel scan as hard as I did, but I might, because, I mean, yesterday might not have been great, but the 2 days prior to that were. So, between that and just how good the margins are in this server, it's probably worth my time to sit around, and if I'm going to cancel scan anywhere, it's here. Like, why cancel scan on my main server, where I'm making anything from 0 to, like, 1 or 2,000 gold, you know, on a sell, when I can make 10,000 gold on a sell here. So, anyway, so a couple things we need to look at. Oh, wow. Oh, I was like, man, I was really hoping there was a huge stack there. I would have bought it all. So one of the things I did yesterday, as I was cancel scanning a lot, the way that I do it is, obviously, I run a cancel scan. I do it, you know, put everything back up. But then I usually sit here, and if I'm going to be sitting here, I'm usually going to try to snipe things. So I was typically trying to snipe Distillate Leather, like somebody does this, and then I'm going to hope that somebody posts more than just one up there. Nope. You know, I would go to post that, and then, you know, randomly people would put them up at like 225. You can see here as I'm looking at Desolate Leather, you can see there under the purchased, my average purchase price is 221. It was lower than that. I actually had to buy some extra. That's why it went up. My average price was down at like 217 or something. 217, like if you plug that into like the leather working calculator, that's like 8.5, 9k an hour flip if you're able to get the pallid bones at like 1. So that's kind of what I would do, is I would go to each of these and I'd kind of hope that people would post under a price. Like I have like a minimum price, about 1.2. I really want to get them lower, and usually you can get them at like 1. But pallid bone, especially if it's under like 1.15, anything that or lower I pretty much buy. And then Desolate Leather, honestly, if it goes under 2.45, or if it hits that, it's probably a guaranteed buy. But usually I'm waiting around like this, and I'm just waiting for somebody to make a mistake, right? Just like that, only 21. But if I'm sitting here cancel scanning anyway, and I'm just doing this and mad refreshing, all of these that I get, they just add up. So obviously you'll get little ones where I was too slow on that for sure. You'll get smaller buys, but every once in a while somebody will put up like multiple thousand at, you know, I don't know, 225 or something, you know, because they just wanted to sell. And if I try, I can be that guy who I get it all, right? I got a decent amount at like 2 yesterday, a lot about 225. So, long story short, I wasn't paying attention. There's no way I got that. Rip. Stuff like that, and I'll do that. So, once I get a decent amount, and then I get the other supplies that I need to do the craft, again, I usually the best one is the, where is it? Desolate Scale Treads. This is usually the best one. So, I get whatever I need to do this craft, and then once I have a whole bunch, as you can see, I need to go buy a little bit more thread. Then I'll just sit out. In front of the auction house in Orgrimmar, right? I'll just sit out here and I'll just make them all. I'll just go through and I'll craft them all, and I'll fill up my bag, jump on my Tundra mount. You know, I have it set up to just auto sell them. I'll go in here, it auto sells everything, and I'll do that once or twice, and then I'll run back inside, check my auctions, and do it again. So that's kind of all I did yesterday. So that way, while I was waiting, you know, 5 to 10 minutes to check auctions, I always was basically able to make gold, you know, because I knew the Desolate Leather and all that kind of stuff I bought. I was just able to flip it. So even while I was auction house scanning, I used that time to still be making gold. So that's how I do it. You know, again, it's about efficiency, and I was doing that to just try to be more efficient rather than just sitting here in front of the auctioneer watching YouTube and, you know, cancel scanning every 5 to 10 minutes. Like, instead of doing it that way, I decided to try to be aggressive and see if I couldn't snag, you know, a good deal. And believe it or not, you can sit here for 5-10 minutes and just get nothing, you know, in terms of like Desolate Leather dropping at a decent price. But I swear, if you just sit there long enough, it happens. It happens all the time. You can get a good deal, and it's obviously a little bit easier. Oops, canceled the wrong one. It's obviously a little bit easier on prime time, right? There's more and more people posting at that point in time. Yeah, it's really simple to get some good deals, and then you just gotta know what you can do with it, right? So anyway, just thought I would share my method of trying to make a little bit of extra gold. Let's get all these posted back up. So there we are, our day is set. We've reposted. We need to go into our TSM groups. Let's do a restock. As I'm looking, I am not going to be making this 262 stuff. And actually, let's make a change. I've decided I want to change a crafting operation for my greens. I don't want 2 anymore. I want just 1. And there's some reasoning behind this, and we'll talk about that probably at the end of the video. But I'm just going to make 1 for now. I don't want to restock more than that, just because I'm a little weary of the market at the moment. So let's go ahead and hit that again. There we go. So these, max restock of 1. That means these are all sold out completely. So we will make those, so that's good. And then this wants... Do I not have a waist guard available? That's interesting. It's saying both of those... Treads and waist guard. Let's double check. Nope, treads right here, waist guard right here. I have one of each of them up. Why is it telling me to make one? That is... I honestly can't answer that question. Here, let's do this. Close it out and go back in and try. Nope, it's gonna... No, it's telling me... Okay, now it's telling me just the 235s. Okay. I don't know why it was freaking out like that. It obviously didn't recognize that I had some on the auction house. So, again, TSM can make mistakes. It happens. So, here's our crafting list. We just need curing salt and thread. I'm way too lazy to go get this at cheaper price, so I'm just going to get it here. Ooh, that's way more expensive. Never mind. I guess I will be sending over gold. I need to send over gold for the other thread I need anyway. So I need to kind of match how many pallid bones I have, and then get a little bit more. So for instance, I have 1,208 pallid bones, and I have, what, like no... I have like one thread. So let's say I need to buy... Because again, I don't want to mess up what we have on the other character. So I need like 1230 or something like that. So the way that I'm going to do this is I'm going to go over to the vendor, and I'm going to see how much does 1230 cost. So 12,850 basically, right? And I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to send my other character 12,850 gold, so we can buy those. Actually, I need curing salt too. Crap. So 12,000, I don't even know how much that's going to be. Let's send it 13,000. Was that one more zero, I think? Yeah, there we go. Alright, sending this over, and I'll be right back. Alright, we are on my thread flipper. Let's go ahead and open these. Look at that. See, all the rest of the thread. Some had sold earlier, and then not all of it had sold. So this character is already at 8,000 gold, and I started with 5,000. So right now I'm making over 1,500 gold a day. That's going to go up as I get a little bit more gold to work with. So let's go ahead and use all of this at the vendor. Reinvest all of it into thread. I wish I remembered how much thread I needed on the other character. I kind of already forgot, even though it's been all of like 30 seconds. So let's buy all of it. Oh, and actually not all of it. 20, no, because I need some for posting. How much would that be? That would leave me a bit. Okay. Let's buy 2,200. And then I needed curing salt, right? Is that on this vendor? God, I hope it is. There it is. And how much did I need? 5? Well, geez, that's... And I definitely don't need that much gold. So this price is really cheap. I'm gonna test it. Actually, let's test it with like 50. Let's test that with 50, and I definitely don't need that much, so let's buy just a little bit more. Let's buy a little bit more thread. 100, no, that's probably too much. 50. We'll do that for now. So I needed, what, 1,200 and something, right? Honestly, don't remember. I could just send like 1,400 over. Right, 1,400, yes it is. MG old, let's send that. This is 850. I could probably buy a little bit more. But we're just gonna post this for now. We'll buy more next time once this all sells out. Like, look at this price. Way better than, you know, it's a whole gold higher. Only need 350 for the deposit, so I definitely could have bought more. But let's post all that. And I'm actually going to post this too, because this price is like higher than the vendor. So if it sells, I will be ecstatic. But again, I started with a small amount just because I don't want it to go to waste. But either way, hey, look, did the thread already sell? Look at that, 150 thread, like instantly sold. I'm telling you, it's the little things, man. They add up. Let's head back over to my crafter. Oh, crap. I needed 5 more. I didn't send over the salt, did I? Alright, I'm going to send over the salt. Then we'll head back over to the crafter. Alright, we have our supply. Let's go ahead and make our novice crafting marks. I'm going to make these 5 items and get them posted. From here, we need to go out and do our Ardenweald Defended. So I will be heading back out into Shadowlands after this. Also, before heading back into Shadowlands, I obviously want to do a cancel scan. Look at that. Sneak peek. We had 1 sell already. So it looks like before I head out there, I'm going to have to cancel these, post these up, figure out which one sold. I think it was the treads, maybe. Yep, got undercut. So let's go ahead and cancel these and repost. And then I need to make the one that got sold. When you're going to craft something like this, just make sure that you can't just select like this and just say Q, because that's going to make just the rank 4. you need to make sure that you go down here into the optional regain, select that you want a vestige of the eternal. This will add it, so it adds it to the craft, and then do Q that way. That way you make sure that this is going to be a 291. Also, don't accidentally craft this without having the eternal made first, because that will also make it into a rank 4. So just so you know. So even there, I remade the legendary, and if I'm at the auction house and I finish something and I'm about ready to leave, I always rescan. It's been 2 minutes. It's been 2 minutes and I rescanned and I'm being undercut. So just remember that that's the key to making more gold. Especially on something like this, it's only a 1 silver deposit. You have to cancel scan as much as possible. So we are arriving back into Ardenweald. We have the Ardenweald Defended quest today. I much preferred the Defended over like the 3 world quests, as Defended means I can pick up these treasures. These treasures are good for multiple reasons. One, because it's not a world quest, so it's a lot faster. 2, there's a chance that these can just give you gold, such as like the husk, the stash, this other husk. Those can all give you like 250 or so gold each. So obviously very good for the time that you're going to spend out here. And then I always get the main one because I can give like 800. And then the third reason, like out here, there's actually some decent transmog that can drop from these, to where if you're into selling transmog, you can try. On my main server, I got one of the helms that are worth like 25k. No idea if it's going to sell, but we're going to try, right? So yeah, so those are the reasons why I prefer these. Today, because it's Ardenweald Defended, I'm going to do husk. I'm going to do the PvP pet battle because I'm set up for it. Stash and chest again to finish it off. So it's not going to take that long. Instead of doing the pet one, all you have to do is pick another quest to do. But if there's not like a good or quick to one of the easy ones to do, or one that gives good gold or something, then I tend to do the PvP ones if I'm set up for it. Or not the PvP, but the pet ones. So yeah, I'm going to do this and we'll talk after. Alright, we already made it back. We finished that in like 6 minutes or something. That's pretty quick. So we're going to go ahead and turn this in, sell all this stuff, and go from here. So about the rest of today, I actually feel like our gold making is pretty decent right now. And one, it's Saturday, so I do think I'm probably going to sell some legendaries. Hopefully, I mean, I've already sold one, hoping to sell a few more. I think I'm going to have the same approach today as I did yesterday. I don't think today's a good day to like maybe go out and do an extra farm or something. We did our tables, we did our callings, we got the raw gold that we could. We're going to do our vendor flip every hour or two, with the goblin, just because that really is making gold, and it's sad, but it totally works. So we're going to do that, and I actually think I'm just going to periodically sit at the auction house today to make gold, just because there's not a lot of other things that are worth the time, right? Like, I can sit here, cancel scan, make sure one of these it's mine, and I can spend the rest of the time also making gold by trying to purchase things that get put up here too low. Again, we already know, oh wow, that's really tempting, but that's a lot and I don't need that much. But I might use this. Oh wow, somebody already instantly bought it all. Probably not a bad idea. Maybe I should have, but like, that vendor shuffle isn't insane, right? Like that, let's bring up the calculator. Let's take a look at it. So let's say if I did buy all that, at, excuse me, 2.45, and let's say I bought all these at 1.2 just to buy them immediately, that would equal out to being about 6,000 gold per hour, which isn't bad, but like I'd like to get better. Like let's say if you got these even at 1.1 immediately pushes it a bit over 6k, and if you can somehow get like 2.4 even, like it really makes a difference on the prices that you get these for, right? So my hope, this is like where I'm really shooting for. I'm shooting for 2.5. and in a perfect world, I'll shoot for 1. You know, that's kind of what I want. 6.5k plus, then I kind of think it's worthwhile. Now, you're like, 6.5k, man, I can go out and farm and get better than that. First of all, most of like the typical farms, whether it's marrow root or whether it's, you know, I don't know, the warbear leather, even all that kind of stuff, like a lot of that stuff is like 8 to 10k, somewhere around there. It's not insane. But like, let's say if I got good prices and, you know, maybe I scored a bunch at a smaller amount, like, and it can start averaging out to like 7, 8k an hour, then it's really not that bad, considering I can actually sit here and make sure that I'm cancel scanning at the same time, right? Like, I'm doing 2 things at once. I am way too slow to get that. Too busy talking. Normally I'm a little bit faster. But like things like that, like just sniping them at good amounts, you'd be amazed. Oh my god, way too slow. Hey, nope, missed. Rip. Being able to buy these at these smaller amounts, it just adds up. So I can be trying to do that at the same time every few minutes, being like, oh, I'm not scoring any good deals right now. Let's just do a cancel scan. And then again, once I start building up a decent supply like I do have now, like if I'm not seeing any deals, then I just go spend 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes something doing flips to the vendor myself, and then I come back and do it all again. Honestly, right now, it's kind of how I feel making gold, just for the simple fact that I really want my legendaries to sell here, because like 10 to 15k profit is absolutely absurd. So that's what I think I'm gonna do, and to each their own. Again, even if at this price, like, even if I just decided to buy things at their current price and I didn't care, you could do the same exact thing. Like, if you bought these at 1.51 and 1.2, like, yeah, that's only 5.3k an hour, but you still could literally just sit at the auction house and make gold, is my whole point. Like, I don't have to get a good deal. I like doing it, you know, I like shooting for it just to get the best deal possible. But even if you just bought this crap at this price, you could just vendor flip it for gold. And that's kind of my point, is sometimes why go out and spend an hour hard farming for 8k when I can sit here and do nearly as good. So anyway, that's what I think I'm going to do today. So with that, let me I'd cancel scan not too long ago. With that, I think we're going to talk about a couple things as I'm sitting here trying to snipe stuff. Actually, that price, totally cool with. You know, it's little stuff like that, just knocking it off, trying to get my average, you know, per hour up. Stuff like that. Kind of boring sometimes, but, you know. Oh, yeah. That, yeah, see? Look. 239? 239 is a fabulous price, you know, so, yep. That's how you do it, guys. I promise. It works. You gotta be quick sometimes. It really sucks when there's like 9k or something at like 2 gold and you're too slow. That sucks. It sucks to miss out on big amounts like that, which happens, but just don't get numbers in your head that you're willing to buy at, and just don't think about it. If you see it, buy it, right? Especially for some reason, if it got under like 240, you know, if it hit like 240 or something for me, I wouldn't question it whatsoever. Like 245, sometimes I am, yeah, way too slow. Sometimes I'm a bit lazy, right? You know, so it's like, I'm like, oh, do I really want to do that? Because then it's only like 6.5k an hour. Like, I'd like better, you know, and I get it. I do get that, but I kind of have numbers that if I see them, especially under 240 or at 240, I don't hesitate, you know, just buy it all immediately. So anyway, as you see here, right? It's not too hard. But anyway, let's talk. Let's talk about things I think are coming in the future. So we all know that beta has started for Dragonflight, you know, and that means a couple things. That means it really is closer than it appears. There is a good chance it is coming in that late November, like people say. But a more important point is we saw that 10.0 seems to be hitting the PTR very soon. And that means the pre-patch is coming. And I think any gold maker and any WoW player probably knows that what does pre-patch mean? It usually means catch-up gear. Now, with that said, that's kind of how we're making the majority of our money right now, whether it's 262s on like my main server or making legendaries. Like, that's where all of our money is coming in right now. There's not a lot of things that are worthwhile. So that coming is going to hurt us because that stuff is going to stop. More than likely, it's not going to be worth doing anymore, in my opinion. I think that's going to lead to people... Oh my god, please. Oh my god, I missed. Please. Oh, I missed like 10,000 and oh my god. I'm so sad. Oh my god, that was so much. Anyway, back on topic. I expect that's going to hurt us royally, and we're going to have to change the way that we make gold. I think people are going to start panic selling, like whether it's like whatever 262s they have or legendary specifically. I kind of saw it on my main server today. Somebody was posting a whole bunch of like the plate waist guards at like 12k, which is like a couple k loss, you know, like things of that nature. I think people are going to freak out a little bit. Damn it, I'm missing all of them. People are going to freak out a bit, and they're going to start panic selling, is what I think is going to happen. So we're probably going to have to change our approach. And I think that goes along the lines of what am I going to do for the future on here. I don't think I'm going to learn how to make another legendary. I think we have 4, and I think I'm just going to push those 4. I don't really see a reason to add on to that, as I think we're doing fine, right? I don't want to get too greedy and use all my, you know, because it takes like 35k or something to get to the point in crafting one. I just don't know if it's worth it even anymore to do that. I think I'd rather stay where I'm at, make the gold I can with what I can make right now, and just set myself up for the future. So that's what I think I'm going to do. That's also why I made the change in TSM to only make 1 of the crafted gear. I'm having that apply to both this server and my main server because I think that crafted like level 50 stuff is not going to be very good for a while. I do think that's going to take an uptick when pre-patch comes, because what ends up happening is you have people who, because the changes to talents and stuff are going to come, so like, I don't know, people are going to be like, oh, this discipline priest is amazing, I need a discipline priest now. So they're going to go and they're actually going to level stuff, and they're going to need, you know, level 50 gear when they hit 50, as they're leveling their, you know, flavor of the month, you know, class that ends up being OP in pre-patch. It happens every single year, or every single time it happens. So I think we could take advantage of that, but I do think those sales are going to slow now. So I'm going to set to making 1 a day for the meantime, because I'm seeing the sales of them slow down, and then come pre-patch I will probably start making at least 2 a day, just because I do expect that we're going to start seeing an uptick in the sales, specifically of like the beginner level 50 gear, right? So that's my plan there. On my main server, I don't think I'm going to make 262s anymore unless for some reason they start flying off the shelf randomly. I'm way too slow today. My god, I have to get off of here so that I can focus on sniping these quicker. Anyway, I'm not going to be making the 262 pieces anymore. I'm going to hopefully try to let my supply sell out. I'm really worried about the market of the 262 and legendaries crashing here in the next couple of weeks, because I'm not the only one who sees... Yeah, there's no way. I'm not the only one... Yeah, I got some. I'm not the only one that sees that it's hitting the PTR, right? Oh my god, I thought I got that one. Nope, I don't want all that. I want this. Anyway, so it's kind of where my mindset's at. I'm already getting to the moment of kind of slowing down a little bit, switching my focus to things that are raw, like callings and things of that nature. I think I'm going to go that direction now. So, anyway, let's take a look. Do I have another one pending, or is that the one from earlier? We'll have to see. Let's do another auction house scan. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for me today. Thank you for watching. Please make sure you comment, like, subscribe. Let me know anything I could do better. Let me know what you want to see. You guys have been very vocal about what you have liked and whatnot, and I definitely appreciate it. I'm glad that this series is helping people, because that was my goal in the first place, was because this is the kind of series that I looked for and I couldn't really find. So, you know, I decided to do it myself, right? So, anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Let me know what I could do better, and I will see you tomorrow.